number one reason you are being targeted by the Galactic Cabal. All right. Now, this is going to be a wild and crazy ride because I'm going to share with you everything I know about this subject, or as much as I can cram into this video. And I'm going to do a reaction on Cosmic Agency's video, The Galactic Federation to All Earth Citizens, No BS or New Age. This is it. Now, I just have a feeling this is going to be, all right? Now, I always wonder if my thoughts and feelings and understanding of things are going to be in alignment with what Gosia shares and Yaski or Marie Swa or Athena usually lines up really well. But I'm always like, oh, and I always feel a little bit of pressure, like targeting. Rich is going to make a video, and let's go for his throat. This isn't my normal speaking voice. It's tight. It's restricted. So I'm already being targeted, right? So let's see if Gosia touches on the main reason you're being targeted by Galactic Cabal. And if she doesn't, I will. All right? Let's get into it. I'm in a mood. Okay, here we go.
Hello, my name is Gosia and I have been the producer of video information shared in my channel Cosmic Agency for the last 7 years. I am making this video as the Galactic Federation topic has been in the eye of the public for decades now, usually portrayed as the cosmic organization of light and justice.
I think that's bullshit, man. That is so fucking... It's like the U.S. government, usually portrayed as light and justice. Yeah, right. The government, the U.S. government, I don't think so. Anyway, please continue.
Aiding from above and seeking humanity's liberation from the evil oppressors.
I think the fucking evil oppressors have infiltrated, hijacked, and consolidated enough of the Galactic Federation governing bodies to seriously and adversely affect Earth and Earth humans. I think they're doing a fucking number on us, man, and getting away with fucking murder, literally. Mass murder, literally. All right, this is my opinion. I'm sharing my thoughts and feelings and reactions to what Gosia is sharing and what she's gathered as she communicates to the Tigetans, okay? The Pleiadians, the Tigetans, the Swaru girls, etc. Right?
Reptilians, regressive grays, the Cabal, or any evil forces in general, an almost etheric organization made up of enlightened beings of pure love.
Is that you? Are you an enlightened being made up of pure love? I like to think. Really? Really, Rich? Pure love? Shut the fuck up, motherfucker. I'm still growing. I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm expanding. I'll get there. Just give me a minute. Right? Some days I feel really good and all lovey, and sometimes not so much. It's just like, I'm being poked with a stick too much. You can have the most loving dog. You just say, oh, what's a loving dog? You poke that little fucker with a stick too many times, that motherfucker's going to try to bite you, right? I feel like that sometimes.
I'm here today to set the record straight on this topic, based on the information I have today. Okay. And, what's more importantly, from the direct perspective of the group of people in close proximity to the Federation itself, who have been sharing their views through my friend Robert's, and their own direct YouTube channel, which I will provide at the end of this video.
Okay.
I will explain in great summary the role of the Galactic Federation in human affairs, the shady elements behind it, Orion Grace, the astral component, the role humans play, and why so many narratives about the Federation within the mainstream exopolitical groups, and why you should be careful. I encourage you to stay with me through this video, because at the end of it, you will have much clearer picture of what goes on.
And that's why I'm watching this, because there's a lot I don't know. And Cosmic Agency and Swaru Official are excellent sources for me and people like me, my tribe, people that believe kind of like I do, have similar values that I have, and a deep understanding, and have done a deep dive. They're waking up and they're researching what's going on in the world, who's doing what to who, why, how, who's running the show around here. So yeah.
Galactic Federation of Planets, as translated into human language, is a physical, multiracial conglomerate of massive proportions that has been established right after the Great Expansion from Lyra, where many races were persecuted by sauroid regressive species, part of the so-called Orion Wars. It is not etheric and not called Federation of Light. It is in the same physical realm as Earth, just in a slightly higher vibratory state many call 5D. And it is made up of physical people, not perfect light beings, angels, or ascended masters. It was founded by three main species: Andromedans, Arcturians, and Lyrians, and its main goal is to establish alliances to face problems in space and to cooperate, all within the established legal and ethical guidelines. Needless to say, the whole galactic quadrant is fully under Federation control. Its involvement with Earth has been going through many phases of closer and more remote interaction across millennia, yet it has been continuous and remains so until the present day.
Wow. By the way, Gosia, I love your new presentation style. This is amazing. Good stuff.
Regarding Earth, let's have a closer look at its power structure to see how the Federation fits in the picture.
How does the Federation get their fucking greasy little fucking claw hooks into our fucking organization? Huh? You know what my thoughts are? I don't know what she's going to say. My thoughts are that they kind of did it with bloodlines, right? They intermixed their DNA somehow and manipulated the population. Yeah, there's so many fucking stories about the Anunnaki and the reptilians and the, Rh negative and these bloodlines. It's like, we don't fucking know anymore. It's like, what the hell? I heard this from this guy. I heard that guy said that thing. That made sense. This made sense. The Anunnaki creating genetic engineering, making the new human. It's just, what fucking ever, motherfuckers. I gave it up. I stopped knowing and stopped thinking I know. I don't even think I fucking know anymore. It's like, whatever. All I know is that right now, seems to me that the Cabal, reptilians, mainly, not all reptilians, but some reptilian species with their buddies, some races of grays, are working together, and probably a few others are working together to control and dominate Earth. And the way they do it is, one, they've established bloodlines, or some kind of a DNA mix of their bloodlines and human bloodlines. Anyway, then they nurture those bloodlines by giving them high-tech, advanced technology, metaphysical, spiritual stuff, magic stuff, and advanced technology. And it puts their people their offspring or their puppets, human beings, they put all that knowledge and technology puts them in power. So you had priest kings back in the old days and like this. And they became the leaders and the go-to people for the common folk. All right. So they've established with high-tech, advanced intelligence, and off-planet information stuff, they were able to be in the controlling positions on planet Earth from way back when. They call them well, they've got the 13 bloodlines, for example. And I'm pretty sure all of them, there's something involving satanic rituals, Satanism, and for me, this translates into the beings here in human bodies, whether they have a reptilian consciousness or they have a human consciousness or whatever they used to be, but now in these bodies, especially in these bloodlines, they honor and worship the reptilians in the form of Satan or Satanism. In other words, the picture of the devil, Lucifer, Satan, it's like kind of a reptilian or a reptile blend with human. And so you got the look of the devil. And then there's a whole thing about the devil, Satan, and Lucifer being three different entities or not. So it's just the bad boys confusing the fuck out of every fucking thing to keep us baffled and confused. All right. So anyway, in today's world, I believe, personal belief, that those that run the world, the super rich power elite, not everybody that's super rich or powerful and elite are bad guys or cabal, but predominantly the super rich power elite cabal is running everything on planet Earth. And the ones in human bodies are puppets or underlings to their masters that are in fact reptilian and not something metaphysical that doesn't really exist. Now, these beings really exist. They're off planet, and they are being manipulated, controlled, dominated, or they're the overlords of the super rich power elite that do run the world. Okay, so this tells me that the ETs, the regressive ETs that are working the planet, they run our fucking planet through the super rich power elite that do have control in finance, education, technology, military, every aspect of humanity. They already have control of. The extraterrestrial entities, and I believe mainly the reptilians. There might be somebody or something else above them, but reptilians, right? And they are also in our Galactic Federation. I don't think the Galactic Federation was originally built with this nefarious, sinister aspect, but I think a good, wholesome governing body for our galactic quadrant got infiltrated by these regressives, and they're liars, deceivers, mind readers, psychic mind control phenomena. They're just very good at that stuff, not just on humans on Earth, but I think they've affected various races out there, and they've insinuated themselves into the Galactic Federation governing body, and we call it the Cabal. It's the government within the government, so to speak, or the government behind the government, so to speak. And I think this is what's fucking happened. We'll find out what Gosia's perspective is. And she's sharing the perspective of the Tigetans, the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, and the various Lyran races and this alliance that she just mentioned. And I'm pretty much on board with that sort of thing. Without knowing the details, what she's going to share, I generally lean in that direction. But let's see what else she has to say about this. I'm just jumping ahead of the fucking game here and sharing my thoughts and feelings as I get you primed and pumped to watch this entire video. I'll leave a link below so you can watch the whole thing, all right, without me interrupting you, all right?
There are many levels to who controls planet Earth. First, there is an official level that everyone sees. Then a second level, so-called deep state, run by secret societies.
Yeah, and those are run by, yep, they're run by even, well, let's see what she says, because I'm thinking, are we at the level of the secret societies, and then we're going to have individuals that run the societies, but above those individuals, which may not be human, then you've got the off-planet group. I'm just guessing here. I like to do that sometimes.
Then a still deeper one, progressively sliding into non-human races, regressive reptilian, grace, etc. And yet a deeper level, that is secret societies that run those races.
So, is she saying secret societies that run those races of regressive ETs? So that would be the micro-macro perspective, as above, so below, like that. So we've got secret societies on Earth, running things on Earth. So galactically, is that what you're saying? It makes sense. I never really thought of it, but yeah, galactically speaking, it's quite possible that there are secret societies that the Galactic Federation population doesn't really know about, they're not really aware about. Like a lot of people on planet Earth right now, they're not aware of all the different secret societies and groups on Earth that are established to control and manipulate Earth humanity. Okay. Please continue.
And then we have Galactic Federation.
Okay. I'm sorry. So no, she was just saying secret societies and then Galactic Federation. Okay, got it. Sorry.
Structured as an onion as well, with one level not necessarily knowing what the other is doing, in compartmentalized way. Subsequently, just as we have levels of power structures on Earth, there are layers of control within the Federation. The first council that governs over Earth holds meetings in Antarctica, where world puppet leaders go to pledge alliance to their controllers.
Yeah, have you heard about that? A lot of world leaders are flying down to Antarctica. I read about this, heard about this a year or two ago. And they're actually meeting with these. There's a civilization underground in Antarctica, and Earth population, we don't get to know about that. My understanding is that they're basically the good guys. They're not bad, but they are interacting with our world leaders, and I believe off-planet, I guess, Galactic Federation people are congregating. They're getting down there and they're doing their world meetings. That's just not fair, man, that the human population, we don't get to know who our true leaders are or how our governing structure really works. This is, injustice, just saying.
Deep Cabal, regressive Orion Grace, reptilian, and other non-human races representing Federation, making pacts and decisions regarding Earth.
That's not good. That's like the cougars and the wolves and the mountain lions and grizzly bears, they all getting together to determine the fate of all the cows on the range. It's like, I thought we were free range cows. No, you're cattle. You're our cattle. And we're having a little meeting here to see what we're going to do with you guys. You know, we're going to make boots out of you, or are we going to eat you for lunch? What are we going to do? And are we going to let you grow, and are we going to increase the herd, or are we going to cut the herd? We're running out of resources. We don't have enough hay for all you fucking cows. And so, see you later, cow. Is that what's going on? What are they doing? Deciding our fucking fate. Now, if they're a bunch of humans, that would be different. But they're not humans. They're non-human motherfuckers is what they are. Holy shit.
Antarctica is basically where human governments meet ET government, Federation.
Okay.
A place where they can control humanity from the surface, knowing that it's off limits to the human population.
Yeah. Wow. I heard that there's a human civilization, advanced civilization in Antarctica, but the last I heard, they weren't really bad, bad for humanity in general, but this is kind of a new take on things. There might be more than one civilization. I think there are more than one civilization. Underground on Earth, some are human, some are lizard. There might be some others, and who knows? We don't get to know shit around here, but it's good to know, Gosia. Thank you.
The problem is that not all the positive races are informed of the motive and agenda of those meetings. It is not available for the vast majority of the galactic community stationed in Earth's orbit.
Right. That tells me, it's nefarious, it's insidious, it's secret, it's conspiratorial. They are conspiring. Yeah. I'd have a couple of theories, but then that would be called a conspiracy theory, wouldn't it? No, don't be talking about conspiracy fucking theories. No. But yeah. Oh, yeah. Something's going on. All right. Oh, I'm starting to get thoughts about, don't upload this, Rich. You're talking crazy, or you're talking goofy, very unprofessional. I never meant to come across as a professional speaker, but yeah, I'm getting these thoughts. And what do you think? Do you think those are my thoughts? Yeah, Rich, you're sounding really fucking stupid and creepy now. It's just like, shut the fuck up. This is an outtake, dude. Or do you feel like I might be getting influenced, like telepathic interference, like being targeted by a galactic level cabal, right? So now we're getting warmed up to the number one reason I am being targeted by a galactic cabal, and very likely why you are being targeted by galactic cabal. Anyway, let's continue.
And all the efforts to inquire on the subject are met with indifference or with Federation bureaucracy, which logically leads to obscurity, suspicion, and unfavorable for the Federation conclusions.
Whoopsie. Let's take a big leap.
The next step in the chain of councils that make up the local federation is the local headquarters in the Andromedan biosphere Viera, hiding behind the moon to watch over matters on Earth. The control over the Earth does not end there, though, and continues all the way to the rings of Saturn. What goes on there, however, the exact where, who, and why, is again hidden to the majority of extraterrestrial levels below.
Jesus.
It is the solar system level High Council, where all the decisions concerning this system take place.
Is that not suspicious already? Come on. Earth is so fucked. We're so fucked. How do we fix this? Is there a solution? I have a few suggestions. Yeah. At the end or somewhere near the end of this fucking video. But yeah. Wow. But, let's... Gosia is sharing with us the problem, right? We have to understand the problem before we look at the solutions, right? Or the attempted solutions or proposed solutions, right? Okay, so she's defining the fucking... And so far it sounds like the problem is that we're fucked.
And that includes Earth.
Yeah.
Everything shrouded in high secrecy.
Yeah.
Most positive and benevolent ET races operate from the local Federation level, with their decisions tied, as they say, by the Saturn levels above, and are relegated to guidance roles.
Oh, now there's a question. Is the Federation good? Well, we got to tighten it up. More specifically, it'd be like, is all of the Federation good? Or are there some good parts to the Federation? Or did it have good intentions when it started? And what do we mean by the Federation? Do we mean the governing body of everywhere in the quadrant? Or do we mean the Federation? It's like if you had a bad guy in the police department. Like the chief of police and a couple of his lieutenants were bad guys and they were criminals, just like in a Hollywood movie. Is the police force good? Well, generally, it's got good intentions, generally speaking, and there's a lot of good cops out there. But boy, those bad fucking cops, you put them in a position of power, we're so fucked. Why do I keep laughing every time I say we're fucked? You know what it really is? It's emotional release. I'm starting to understand it, and I'm able to confront it. And the laughter is really emotional pain releasing. All right. So I've been doing a lot of work on the subject, and I can help you if you need you need to fucking get a chuckle out of this. I'll help you release so you can look at it more objectively and start strategizing and coming up with things to help yourself. It's going to be things to help you personally. It can't be helping people across the sea, right? This matrix, this phenomena that we're experiencing as life on Earth is really a mind fuck. It's created with the mind, with thought, on a deep level, and we are creating our reality. We are co-creating it with thought and manifestation, and our thoughts are being manipulated. Our thoughts are being influenced. There's some mind control stuff and high-tech influences to change what we're thinking, to get us focused on certain things. Then we'll think about it, and then we'll have emotions about it. So now we're thinking about it, feeling about it, and we're bringing about it, and it's negative. And there are bad boys that know how to manipulate our attention, our focus, our thoughts, and our feelings. And this is high-tech, and it's off-planet, and it's Federation. Okay, it's the cabal having insinuated itself into a originally well-intended Galactic Federation governing body. All right, been infiltrated and fucked, just like so many governments on Earth. All right, the bad boys are doing it. Okay, so anyway, this is the question: is Federation good?
The question on everybody's mind: is the Galactic Federation good or bad? Answering it with either yes or no does not apply when it comes to such a gigantic organization constructed of so many levels, cultures, tasks, interests, and densities. And any attempt to do so would only reflect a human tendency to reductionism and dualism. Federation, like any other institution, is not a single block. It is made up of people, and that means a huge variety of ideas, opinions, and interests. Most local Federation members are benevolent, loving people, involved in a lot of positive actions and doing their best. Unfortunately, it is what goes on in the higher levels of the Federation. It's what truly concerns us.
It's kind of like on Earth. You know, most Earth humans are friendly and nice. They get along. It's our governing bodies that put this population at war with this population. Usually that's how it happens. It's like the people of this nation and the people of this nation, they don't have any contentions, except when the governing bodies get into it and they decide it's time to go to war and let's have a big war thing going. And the cabal on Earth is manipulating both sides, all right, and causing the war from a governing perspective with the military, and then propaganda and everything, and getting the population on their side. Yeah, we've been wronged, or we have to defend ourselves, blah, 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 blah. And yeah.
It is those hidden layers, and not the innocent, many times ignorant, lower-ranking ones, that pull the strings, commanding important decisions regarding Earth. It is there where we begin to notice suspicious attitudes and actions, regardless of how well-intentioned other races may be. And in the end, it is the leaders that end up defining institutions. If their actions are shady and regressive, it will and does end up marking the whole organization as regressive as well. Regarding Earth, interstellar in the ancient past, Earth is and has been for a long time a self-contained, technologically and mentally isolated and heavily controlled realm.
Wow. Yeah, I kind of knew this. I mean, just watching Cosmic Agency videos, but she said mentally. So we're isolated in all kinds of ways, included mentally. And no, I could just take off sideways. I better not go there yet.
Which works through blinding of the mass of the population by means of mind and perception control.
Exactly.
That, in turn, creates the context frame of what is called reality.
Exactly. So, yeah, they manipulate what we think and feel by getting us to focus on certain things, creating problems for us. Now we got to think about the problem and the solution. Sometimes they'll come up with a solution to a problem that they've created. That's problem, reaction, solution scenarios. That's a mind control technique. And my understanding of it is these reptilians have had thousands, if not millions of years of experience controlling populations, manipulating populations, and dominating and controlling and taking over planets and stuff. It's kind of what they do. It's like ranchers. Not to say anything bad about a rancher. You know, I like a hamburger myself and a good steak once in a while. But there are, well, let's not use ranchers, but humans would go out. If we had space travel from Earth, we'd be out looking for other planets, pristine planets, nice planets that we could colonize. And if they had local animals there, it wouldn't take long before we found out what was tasted delicious and what was edible and healthy. You know, a replacement for cattle and cows and chickens, beef and chickens and fish. What's this planet got to offer that we can consume to survive? So, is that what the reptilians' mindset is? Maybe.
And where humanity will manufacture for themselves the individual and collective world as guided by those systems of control.
Yeah. So, that's the number one reason you're being targeted by the Cabal, the Galactic Cabal. They want you to think and feel negative so that you will manifest more negativity. And this is the world they want for you and they want for themselves. And if we're in emotional pain and mental turmoil, we won't figure this out and we won't break free, and we'll be able to realize our way out of this problem of being controlled and dominated by the Cabal, galactic or otherwise, right? So the number one reason, in my perspective, that you're being targeted by the Galactic Cabal is for the mind control that it can do to get you to create the reality that they want. All right. So, with that understanding, you can start looking at who's mind controlling you, how they do it, what kind of ETs can do this, what kind of technology do they use, off planet and on planet. And a lot of you already know, you're targeted individuals, so you already know that they use high-tech, advanced hardware. Like it could be set up down the road in a building, in a basement, in a black van, in a shed or a shack. It could be on top of a cell tower. It could be in a satellite. It could be in a spacecraft. But they have advanced technologies. And some of these technologies can be found in Google patents. And that'll just give you a feel and a flavor of what they allowed to be public domain. And just imagine how many mind control technologies they have that are not in public domain and they're not in Google patents, and how advanced they are. So as you understand what's going on, who's doing it to you and why, you start understanding what you're going to have to do to protect yourself, mitigate the damages, get off their radar, and protect yourself. All right? So, I could go into it deeper, and she's going to go into it a lot deeper. But for right now, I'm going to wrap this up because I don't like my videos to get too long in themselves. Okay? So, I've got you warmed up and started on this video. If you've never watched Cosmic Agency stuff before, I highly recommend it. There's hundreds of videos on her channel, Cosmic Agency, and she's the contact point, Gosia, for the extraterrestrial ETs that communicate to her almost daily, okay, if not daily, almost daily. And they communicate live, interactive. Last I heard, it was interactive text chat communication back and forth, just like if you were on Discord or something talking to somebody back and forth. They might have other ways, but this is what I understand so far. Okay. And I've been studying this stuff for over 50 years. I found out about the Cabal on Earth. Started with the Illuminati back in 1972. I read my first book on None Dare Call It Conspiracy. And that kind of opened the door up. And I started studying and learning ever since. And I've had contact with ETs. I've learned how to do entity work, getting rid of all kinds of entities, astral entities, uh, deep, dark, lower astral kind of weird demon stuff. And then there's the advanced ETs and AI stuff that they use to get into your mind and your head. There are some strategies and techniques you can use to break some of that, but not all of it. Some of it is just really hardcore, and it's quite the challenge. So you just got to keep learning everything you can and learn new techniques and strategies to protect yourself and to get off the radar. And those entities that you can get rid of, there are many you can get rid of and get them out of your space. And we just go from there. But we're in a war zone here. This is a war for your mind and your world. My mind and my world, all right? And she's breaking down and sharing how it's done. So I highly recommend you watching the rest of this video. I'm going to end it right now with my reaction, and I'm going to leave a link to this video down here. Okay, I'll talk to you later. And if you need some help with entity stuff, targeted individual stuff, Katana and I do psychic deep scans. She can see a lot of that stuff. I can see a lot of that stuff. And we have a lot of experience with the different kinds of technologies that they use in psychic, metaphysical, spiritual, psychic warfare, mind control shit, high tech. And we can help you understand what's going on and help you get some relief from it sometimes. To be perfectly honest, some of that shit, it's like, fuck, mate, there's nothing we can do about that one. That's fucking hardcore military grade hardware down the fucking street. Beaming your fucking head, frying your noodle, and there's not a lot we can do about it except help you spot and remove soul contract level agreements to experience this kind of suffering in reality. Okay? And there are a few other techniques that we can help you work at shifting your timeline or time track so that you've got, like, here's one, this simply stated, you got one future here, you'll be targeted the rest of your fucking life, and here's something happens in your world that gets you on a new timeline where you experience some relief and you're not being targeted anymore. But there are many different reality tracks for all of us right now. And every day we make a decision or we do something, think about something, focus on something that changes our future track, which becomes our now. And so we can help you with techniques on how to change your future track, and maybe you can get off their fucking radar, okay? But it is a serious problem being targeted. And I get people writing to me all the time telling me their particular issues, and it's absolutely real. There's all kinds of terrible things happening to people. Assassination attempts. Some people are literally seeing the reptilians in physical form. It was about 2 weeks ago. One woman called me, and she's driving her car, and then out in the country somewhere, boom, big 12-foot tall reptilian in the physical world, 20-foot wingspan. It didn't hurt her. It just scared the fuck out of her. But yeah. All kinds. All right. So if you have problems, need somebody to talk to about it, Katana and I can help. But I highly recommend Cosmic Agency. Lots of different videos on different subjects that the ETs know about that they share with us to help us wake up to what's going on. And the sister channel is Swaru Official with one F. That's Marie Swa. And she too is helping us understand what the Galactic Federation is all about and so much more. All right? Okay. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later, okay?